Hello, everybody, and welcome to Florentina and Friends Storytime by SpeakUp Events. I am Julie Schindler, your host, and today we are so excited to have Miss Granny Mac back all the way from New Zealand. And if you remember Miss Granny Mac, she has been one of our authors that have joined us from around the world to read to Florentina. And we have heard over 6 stories from Granny Mac. And our very first Storytime story was Cecil Gets a Haircut. And Miss Granny Mac is back to see how Cecil's doing. We get to check in with Granny and Cecil and some of the other characters that are in the barnyard. So welcome to SpeakUp Events. We have created these story times in partnership with Florentina's Footsteps. And Florentina is a 4-year-old little girl battling neuroblastoma cancer in the UK. And you will see at the bottom of our screen, there is a Just Giving fund that will link you directly to Florentina's journey. We are helping Florentina raise the 250,000 British pounds that will get her on the flight to New York to receive the bivalent vaccine. And the bivalent vaccine is the only one of its kind in the world. So we are raising these funds to help Florentina receive the bivalent vaccine here in New York. Your help is needed, so please join us on her journey. Now let's check in with our little Miss Flo and see how her week went. Hello, Miss Florentina. Who do we have here today?
No.
Your American Girl doll? She came all the way from America. And what is her name? Does she have a name?
What was it? I don't know. We were splitting two.
What do you have to say? Alicia.
No.
Oh.
It was. Get one of the shoes, like.
Oh, does it have her name on it?
And that will help me out, please.
What shoes?
The shoe what she was wearing yesterday. The white trainer.
She gets her
And
clothes.
that'll help me out a bit.
Oh, hey, Miss Florentina. Something exciting happened to you on Friday. Do you want to tell me about it? Did you receive an award at school?
No.
No awards for you? You weren't the star of the week last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you see all of our spots on our last story time? They were dropping stars. And guess what? You were the star of the week. Congratulations. Did you have fun at school today?
What's your name? They will help you out. They will help you out. They will help you out. I promise they'll help you out.
I don't know if I do. Listen to what Julie's asking.
Slice.
Alicia, I thought you called her.
No.
Alicia?
No.
Alicia?
No. It was someone like me.
Do you get to name her any name you want, or did she come with a birth certificate? Did she come with a name?
No,
No.
she didn't, I don't think. She might have done, but we didn't see one, did we? No.
I don't know. It's loose lace.
You have a think about it.
No, I think I'm just going to put a different name.
Yeah.
Because it's really tricky.
Choose a new name.
You whisper in my ear.
I whisper what?
I was whispering in your ear.
Okay.
Flower.
A flower. Oh, that's a beautiful name. Yep, flower.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
And she has a dolly.
She has a dolly. Oh.
And she has some clothes in the cupboard.
She has a dolly and some clothes in the cupboard that you could to change your outfits out.
In my drawers.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Can I show you how I can build a foot with all of these stuff? My manga.
Goodness, she has all of her accessories too.
Yeah, but I don't have the big stuff yet. I don't have the manga stuff at all.
That's okay. My daughter's favorite doll when she was little was her American doll.
The manga.
We had a skateboard, and she had a little doggy purse that she got to carry around a little puppy in.
You want all that, don't you?
No, I want the vet one.
Oh, the vet. You want the vet one? You want everything.
The vet doggy one.
Oh, the vet doggy one.
Now we know what to put on Florentina's birthday list.
Yeah, all American.
Yep.
She hasn't stopped actually playing with this for the last few days,
And I
have you?
also want a manga boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would be nice for her to have a brother.
Is a boy.
Yeah.
And I want to like, cause she has a suitcase. I want to like get her to like a holiday because she has like a suitcase.
Yeah, she needs to go on a holiday. We should.
So like a
I think you need to go on a holiday too.
Yeah.
And Mama needs a holiday, and Daddy needs a holiday. I want to come.
Yeah.
Holiday. Well, Florentina, we have a special friend here, all the way from New Zealand.
When you put that on, I'll put this.
You want to say hi to Granny Mac?
I just want to make this quickly.
Okay. You can get her dressed and get her all bundled up.
Well, I don't.
Hey, Florentina, how are you, sweetie?
Oh,
Hey, Miss Julie. How are you?
Hi, Granny Mac. Thank you so much for being here today. We're so excited to see you.
Oh, such a treat to be back and to be saying hi all the way from New Zealand to America and over to England where Florentina is. Hi, Florentina. I hear you've got a new dolly.
Yeah, you're going to show Granny Mac quickly.
Oh, wow.
She's dressed for bed.
She is a little bit, isn't she? Did she have a name?
Let me just make this because it's
okay. You make that, darling. She got a dolly as well.
This is how you can make like a cool foot.
Oh, cool.
Oh, got them all tucked up together.
There you go. Well done.
Oh, well
There's
done.
more clothes somewhere in my bedroom.
Ah, fair enough. You'd have to have a look for them.
I show them my doll's house.
No, they don't want to see your doll's house.
No, it's the back front of it.
The front of the doll's house. I think they're going to read a story, darling.
You want to read a story? Do you remember Cecil, our very first story that we ever read?
Yeah, we've got the book here, haven't we?
Well, Miss Granny Mac is back to tell us how Cecil's been and how Miss Roxy's doing. You want to find out how Cecil and Roxy are doing?
Yeah, well, she just quickly wants to show you her front of her doll's house, and then she'll concentrate.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Right, go on.
That would be wonderful. Where is it?
Go. It's in my bedroom.
Okay, quick race into your bedroom, down the corridor, switch the light on. Oh, my word, look at that.
It's my pillows up.
Yeah, her bed stuff's around it.
Oh. My word, that's amazing.
It's my rainbow stuff. And you see that's where...
Oh, I love all your stories.
She's the pom-poms.
Oh, my goodness.
And then here's this. It keeps all of her cards and stuff.
Oh, wow.
There's a boarding card. Right, come on then. Let's go, Florentina. Quick. She doesn't have much time concept. This this is what is in the mornings, getting dressed for school. Oh my God. She has to have her American Doll girl dressed before she gets dressed. It takes me forever. The last 2 mornings we've been late.
You have to put the clothes out ready at night, Florentina, so that you be at both. Everybody's dressed and ready to go to school in the morning.
Exactly.
And your sunglasses?
There you go.
Those are cool.
Right, come on then, Florentina, please.
I like to be nice and tidy, don't I? Tell them.
Play day. We need a play day to hang out in Florentina's room.
Tell them, please.
Yeah, she likes to be very tidy and organised. Just no conflict. Right, come on then. Go. Just
Switch the lights off.
Yeah. Ding. Yeah. Right, go on then.
Excellent. Well done. There we go. You're comfy on your pillows.
Well, look at this food.
Yeah.
And some shoes. I like shoes.
Are you ready for a story? Yeah.
Yeah, Florentina, right.
You've got good energy today.
Oh,
She does have good energy, even after a full day at school. My goodness.
No.
Right.
Right, come on then.
We're dance moves.
It's so good to see her full of energy, isn't it?
Oh, she's on top form at the moment. It's the best she's been in a very long time.
Oh, it's so wonderful to see.
Is that okay? Is that okay?
Story time. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
You ready?
Look who I've got. Look who I've got. Cecil gets a haircut. He's come back to see you. And he's got some new friends, but more about them in a minute. Let's have a quick look here. Here we go. Right. Cecil gets a haircut. You ready? High on a hillside, as dawn broke the sky, Cecil the lamb slowly opened an eye. "Hey, sleepyhead," his mum kindly said. "Time to get shorn and run naked instead." Feeling uncertain, Cecil didn't want to get his fleece cut. Cecil, afraid, blurted out, "Won't it hurt?" "Not a bit," replied Mum, a little bit curt. "It keeps us all healthy, removing our coat, cools us down, frees us up. Oh, I don't like to gloat." Feeling anxious, Cecil didn't want to get his fleece cut. Farmer family and dogs busy filling the pens. Homes lolling, jobs done. Hunterways watching the men. "Oh," cried Cecil against the next one. "I don't like my face all squished by your bum." Beginning to panic, Cecil didn't want to get his fleece cut. That snap where the shears click, clack round his bum. "Ma!" cried Cecil. "Where is my mum?" Held firmly by shearer till naked and pink, released indignant, created a stink. "I don't want to get my fleece cut." Oh dear. Cecil's very sad, isn't he? Look at him crying. Whoosh! Pushed down the chute he departed. Bump! Landing at the bottom, he farted. Feeling lost in the yard, ignored and forlorn, relief as Mum spoke from a face freshly shorn. Off to market baled wool on the back of a truck. Where it goes next, not a matter of luck. Curious now, Cecil's eyes grew. To keep snug and warm, some wool is for babies, some wool is for knitting, not just by old ladies. Felted or woven and some even spun, our wool can be worn by most everyone. Interested, Cecil's ears pricked up. Warmth, comfort and function, they won't top the news, from hats on their heads to their fashionable shoes. Biogradably beautiful, organic, not plastic. Experimentally endless, it's flipping fantastic. Shocked, Cecil sat up. Ooh. Cecil was excited at the prospect. His fleece was worthy. He wouldn't have lost it. It kept him all healthy and free from bugs. Much better his wool to be in a rug. Exhausted and happy, he went off to sleep and dreamt of his fleece on somebody's feet. The end. But wait! Just like you, Cecil is part of a much bigger story. And we'll find out more later. Now, in this story, there is a dog, and her name is Roxy. Let me see if I can find her. Here she is. Right. Whoops, where are we? Whoa, there. This one here. This is Roxy.
I can see you.
Yeah. Well, Roxy's got a story and she wants to tell you all about her best day ever. And she's been bouncing around and she says, when can I tell Florentina? When can I tell Florentina? And her tail wags and her whole body goes crazy. And she said, when can I tell Florentina? And I said, soon. We haven't seen Florentina in ages. So I know, but I'm waiting to tell Florentina my story. I'm just bursting to tell her my story. When can I tell my story? I said, soon we can tell our story. Soon, but not today. Oh, Granny Mac, she said, please, I want to tell Florentina my story. And I said, she'll have to wait for another day because today is Cecil's turn.
And Roxy.
I'm dancing now.
Oh, look at Cecil's here.
How cute. Can you do that? You do it back.
I'm dancing now. I'm dancing now.
Well, we did a special painting for Cecil that we would like to show you. And this guy needs to be unveiled. So we have just, you can see his words.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Look at him.
Look at Cecil.
That is super cute.
Own little
I've
candy.
been yours.
Yep. So we're gonna take off.
Florentina, leave the drawer. Oh, sorry, the drawer. I've loaded the drawer up so much it just opens by itself.
Oh.
It's like a ghost pushing.
Oh, you have ghosts in your house. Could we see what's behind Cecil's words and see how it looks once we take off our lettering? Let's give Cecil his name.
Florentina, leave the drawer.
Door's fine.
I know. Just leave
That ghost is definitely in your room. There's a C. And Granny Max, Cecil means something. Could you tell us what Cecil means?
Well, Cecil's name is mnemonic, and it's conversations, courageous conversations. E for explore with empathy.
Ooh, explore with empathy. So we got our E.
Yeah.
Not into my back.
And what is our next one?
Oh, the next letter is a C, and that is connect with our core. So what matters to our heart? What matters? What's important? What's really special?
And we got a C.
Here you go.
And our I. What is the I for?
I is fascinating. I is for insight and illumination to our inner world. So it's quite inspiring exploring the I.
Yes, it is. I like your inspiring.
Yeah.
Like that. And the L.
Well, L is lead with love. So it's leadership, it's statesmanship, it's wow. That looks amazing.
And look at Cecil. He is arrived in America and he's going to be on his way to Miss Granny Mac in New Zealand.
Really?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to make a very special place for him on the wall. Are you tired now, darling? Are you tucked in like you're tucked in like you, Dolly?
No, I'm not even tucked in. My legs are like.
I'm gonna tickle your toes.
And I have a small blanket. That's all I have to keep warm.
Tickly toes. Where are those toes? I can see those toes. Tickle, 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 tickle.
Yeah, that's my name.
Aw. Well, we're excited for Cecil to arrive in New Zealand, Miss Granny Mac, and warm pink Florentina socks. I mean,
Really?
Can I show me my dots now?
Okay, can you? Let's see your dots. Are we throwing some love? Yeah, we have socks.
Yay! Oh, look, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
And they say Florentina's footsteps on them.
Oh, they're going to be so good. It's getting towards autumn now. My feet are starting to get cold. So I'm looking forward to having some lovely pink socks to put on my feet.
Oh, we love our pink socks, don't we, Florentina?
This is a dirty friend.
Granny Mac's dancing. Quick dancing, Granny Mac.
Do you have a favorite song?
My favorite song.
Oh, do the Easter song you sang today at school.
Easter song.
Or when I came and watched your performance at school.
Oh yeah. Okay. So do I do little Peter Rabbit?
Yeah, go on then. Quickly sing.
Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose.
Little Peter Rabbit had to fly upon.
He
flipped
flipped it and he
dropped it.
The fly flew away.
Go on. You've forgotten it.
You have two bunnies.
Little tail,
Is it a curly whirly tail or something?
curly tail, curly whiskers, long tail, curly whiskers, long tail, curly whiskers. And then now should I do the hokey cokey one?
God.
So put your left paw in, left paw out, in, out, shake it all about. Do the hokey cokey and you hop around. That's what it's all about.
Wow, okay.
Put your left
Wow,
paw in, left paw
okay.
out, shake it all about. Do the hokey cokey and you hop around.
That's what it's all about.
You're a great singer, Flo.
You pick nose out.
You picked your nose.
No, pink nose.
Oh.
Little bunny rose. It did sound like that though.
No.
It's her Essex.
In my nose.
Yeah, her Essex British accent. It sounds like it.
You fluffy it out, in, shake it all about. Do the hokey cokey and you hop around. That's what it's all about.
I'm getting. Okie dokie.
Well, tonight.
Your fluffy tail in,
Fluffy tail out, in, out, in, out. Take it all about.
Do the hokey
Do the hokey
cokey
cokey and you
and
That's what it's all about. Whole bunny out, in, out, take it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about.
We need to get get you some bunny ears and a bunny tail. I think for Easter, we're going to get you some bunny ears and a bunny tail, and you can shake it for us.
Ooh.
Okay.
Shaky.
Can I just tell you something? Let me tell you what's my favourite song. I know.
Oh.
One from school. The one I sing in the mornings and the one I sing at night. I mean, when we come. When we going. Say bye bye bye. This is one when we go home.
Yeah, go on then. Sing
Bye bye butterfly. See you soon, kangaroo. So let me sing on the so, bye bye butterfly. See you soon, kangaroo.
Take care, teddy bear. After a while, crocodile.
Mac knows it.
Stop laughing.
Did you know, Flo, that Granny Mac goes into schools like yours, and she teaches children about Cecil.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
There's still more words.
Oh, there's some more words. I'm sorry.
Calm now. Calm down. It's okay.
Out the door. Dinosaur. Get yourself a bath. This is how it goes.
No, it's a very good song, but you need to learn the words properly for next time, yeah?
Out the door, dinosaur.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Take care, teddy bear.
Take care.
After
Oh, I like that.
dear.
Done
very, very
No,
well.
I'm not already tired. I'm just
Enough.
not gonna now listen to them.
Oh, goodness. Well, Flo, I'm gonna throw some love at you. Even though you're not looking at me, I am throwing love at you. Look at that. There's some love, and there's some love, and there's some love, and there's some love.
This is when her mood swings come in with the oral medicine, and she can't cope. It's like too overwhelming, and especially now because she's done. What's she on day 12 today of the oral medicine, and we've had some really bad mood swings the last few days on it.
Stop.
So yeah, we're just trying to learn how to control it.
Yeah.
But she's got 2 more days left on it on this oral cycle. So
Don't fall on the floor.
So she's going to pick a happy spot or a peaceful spot.
Well, hopefully.
Is that?
I'm angry.
Oh.
You're angry. Do you have your angry spot out? Is your angry spot around?
Do you have an angry spot? Huh?
Because we know how to get rid of our angry spot, right? We just have to bring it down to our palm and throw it away.
I can do that.
You have
You're
to
not
breathe as well, don't you?
Yes, our peaceful spot to breathe.
I'm not even doing it.
Out through the mouth. In through
Don't
the
say
mouth.
that.
Florentina. Come on.
Well, I'm finding my peaceful spot. Flo, thank you so much for letting us come and read to you tonight. You want to say goodbye to Granny Mac?
I'll see you later, poo-poo pan. Let me tell you this poo-poo pan. Say bye-bye bye poo-poo pan.
Bye. Good night, poo-poo bands.
Don't even say that.
Calm.
Aw. Well, we love you, Flo. Good
Well,
night.
what's my angry face if I'm angry? More angry.
Uh-oh. We don't want to make her more angry.
No.
But
That
we
is an amazing
What's your
angry
peaceful
face.
face? Do a happy face.
Hi.
I'm not angry though. I'm angry. And this is my thingy.
Right, gonna say bye
This
then.
is mine.
Say bye nicely.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
sweetness.
you. Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye, poo-poo pan.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night.
No, night, sweetheart.
Aw.
She has done so well. My gosh, it's so good to see her so full of beans.
Can you imagine that very first day when she didn't know who we were or what these ladies were doing? She was kind of cuddled into her bed, and now you just can't keep her still.
No, and she had no hair, and she was lethargic, and she didn't want to talk, and she was sore. And now, to see her that she's angry, I mean, that's how wonderful is that she can now be angry, and while there's a bit of frustration there, to see her angry and to want her to be calm, for so long she's been so tired and so lethargic and just existing, and now to see her with these amazing emotions is just so super cool and
she
somewhat challenging to get used to, but
yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. And I can imagine for mom and dad having this new personality coming out after
Yeah.
such a subdued few months. It's
Yeah.
definitely to see her energy and watching her speak up, where she can talk to doctors and tell her nurses how she's feeling and what she wants for her own treatment is really special.
That's so cool. And to, for her to be able to have that ownership in that time. And, my son never had that chance to have their ownership in it. It was, stuff was always being done to him, and with his Asperger's, it made it that much harder. And so we had koala bear hugs, and he would face me, and I would literally hold him arms and legs. And so that was the only cuddle that I got from him until he was 7, and it must have been really awful for him. And I can't even begin to imagine what it was like for him. But from my perspective, having to hold on to him while the doctors and nurses were doing what they had to do, it was awful.
And
but now they have so much more autonomy in their healthcare, and being able to speak up and to be able to say, no, I don't want this now, and to be given a choice where you can have it before dinner or after dinner, and to have some time, just to be able to choose. There's incredible power and incredible freedom in being able to choose.
Yeah.
Incredible freedom.
And being able to name your emotions, right?
Oh
my
God. That wasn't something until I learned until much later in life,
Coloring emotions. I didn't learn it until my 40s. So Florentina is way above all of us when it comes to learning how to color her own emotions.
Yeah. And so cool that she can be there and be, I'm angry, and give that full-fledged, be able to own her emotions and say, I'm angry, don't, and to allow her that freedom to experience her emotions. And rather than coddle her out of it, just be, okay, that's fine, you're angry. You be angry, sweetheart. That's absolutely fine. And of course, it just makes them more angry because I'm so accepting of it. I'm angry. You'll be angry.
You'll be more angry.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
Thank you so much for today. I really would love to find out what you have going on in New Zealand with Cecil. I know that you finished your first run. Your first print run is done.
Yes, finished.
Yep, and you're on your second one.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I was absolutely blown away. And it's not even a year that it's been printed. And worldwide it's printed, thank God for Amazon, because I probably couldn't keep up with people who've been asking for the book. In New Zealand, some to Australia, only to personal friends, but being able to sign a book and say, thank you so much for buying my work. Thank you so much for sharing in the world of Cecil. It's such a privilege to be able to share these stories that are running around in my head and to have them make somebody else's life, happy, or to be able to help them to explore their emotions, to think about their world and what they might be feeling. And even if they don't know what it is that's going on, being able to say, I'm a cranky cat, I'm a prickly hedgehog, I'm an exploding volcano, and to be able to explore those feelings, to be able to give parents the tools who maybe just when I was growing up, it wasn't, the done thing. It was more a case of, look, just suck it up and she'll be right.
Right.
And that's no disrespect to my parents. I absolutely love them. They're amazing people. But that was the way that we learned. That was a way that, be quiet. Sit down, be quiet.
And Cecil gives us an opportunity to have those courageous conversations. And you are going now into schools in your area and putting Cecil out there as a program. Can you tell us about that?
So it's really exciting and incredibly humbling all at the same time. So I'm in discussion at the moment with principals in our area to talk about how we might make this a possibility. I learned yesterday that there's another program that's similar, but it's not New Zealand made. So I'm really going to hammer home the New Zealand made. This is made in West Otago. These photographs that are in the book, these are my photographs that my illustrator has made into beautiful pictures. This is in Riversdale. Let me see. This one is in Harriet. This is a friend's farm. This is a farmer. This is the farmer's son. This is a farmer, and these are his dogs, Roxy and Dom. And there's another dog, old Tom. So they're all, scenes from around. Whoops. I'm glad that's a proof. It's falling apart on me. Oh dear, that's not good. I'm glad it's a proof. We don't think we'll have the binding done this way. And this is one of the trucks that I drove with all the wool and one of the many loads of wool that I stacked on the back. Now those are 200 kilos. So what's that? Just under 100 pounds
Wow.
each bale of wool. It's there on the back, so they're quite big.
I love that it has the connection to your life. Like that is your yard and that is what you have going on, and you've now put it into a children's book. And you've connected with other hearts within your community about the amazing things that they're doing with wool to expand your children's series. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Really exciting. Roxy's story we'll talk about later, but Destiny is an amazing young Māori woman, and she was telling me the story about how her papa didn't want her to be a shearer. And so I sat there and I listened to her and I asked more questions, and she had been in a shearing shed since she was 13 years old. She was working as a rousey. So from what I understand, and I'm not completely au fait with all the lingo, but from what I understand, she would work and do whatever the shed hand would want her to do. So if it was picking up the rubbish wool on the floor, if it was bringing the sheep up into the pen behind where the shearers were, if it was going and fetching morning tea and getting that set up, if it was I don't know, whatever it was that they needed, that was her job. And she started that when she started being paid when she was 13, and she was getting an adult's wage at 13 because she was doing an adult's job at 13. And now at 23, she's had 10 years shed experience, and she is finally a shearer. And she said to me the day that she got that handpiece in her hand was the day that she felt like there was this big key in a lock, and she felt that that's her best place. And she shears beautifully. Watching her shear, the fluidity of her movements, the fluidity and the skill that she shears, they have to bring up a flush on the skin to make sure that the skin is well combed as well as being shorn, and being able to care for those who maybe have got fly strike, and how she cares for those sheep is just so she's not only working with the men, but she's almost keeping pace with them, and she's only 23. Now, shearing is a young man's thing. It's a young man's profession. There's another young lady, Megan, and she did a world shearing record for the most sheep shorn And I've just had a complete mind blank. It's very early in the morning here, so please forgive me. But she broke a record and she's going for another record. And there's so much training that goes into it. It's not just turn up to work. There's lots of gym work, and there's lots of, eating properly and eating and fueling her body and her mind.
She's an
And
athlete, really. It really is a skill. And it
yeah.
sounds like Destiny and Megan both have a passion in what they do.
Oh, they do. They absolutely love what they do. They're incredibly passionate about New Zealand wool. They're incredibly passionate about the sheep and the farmers they serve. And they just love seeing, a sheep going off and knowing, and she said you can almost feel the sheep saying,
Thank
when
you.
that wool comes off, because it's so hot.
I can imagine. And heavy too. You
Yeah.
get a light load to walk away with.
Yeah. Well, we had a sheep that became very famous in New Zealand, and it hadn't been shorn for 6 years, and you couldn't see it. It could barely see. It could barely walk, and it was easily as heavy as I am with all of this wool on it. And so Shrek the sheep became a bit of a notoriety, and he'd evaded the musterers, and they finally caught him. And so there's the children at Glenorchy School, which is further up the lake from Queenstown. If you can find Queenstown on a map, you'll find Glenorchy's not that far away. And so there's a story about Shrek the sheep written by the children of Glenorchy School, and beautiful photographs of where Shrek was found and exciting things. When we had an iceberg floating past New Zealand, they had crampons made for him. And so he went out, and Shrek the sheep had an adventure on an iceberg, which is just epic.
Awesome. He has his own celebrity status in New Zealand.
Yeah. And he's actually really chill with it. You think, I know that some people would think, you can't do that to a sheep, but actually he was really chill about it. He was on an iceberg. But he was the most amazingly laid back sheep I think I've, and they're pretty incredible animals, to be fair.
Yeah. I have a question. Is it painful for sheep to not be sheared? So if you talk about check and having so many years of not being sheared, what does that do to a sheep?
So the wool, when it's left on too long, they overheat. It's very heavy, so they're walking around. It's as bad as walking around in every single layer of clothing you can find for all of your winter clothing, and walking around in that on the hot summer's day. And you know how your heart would race, you know how you would find it very difficult to move, and how difficult it would be to eat, to lie down. It's uncomfortable. The other thing that's really important is because as the fleece grows, they're not shaven so they're naked. There's different levels of shearing. So they have a snow comb, they have, different combs. They're not skinned naked. That's not something that happens. But it is like having a number 1 or a number 2 haircut. So it is pretty short.
Sure.
But it's really important for them to have that done, because they can get caught in bushes, and if they lie on their side or on their back too long, then they become cast and they die. They literally suffocate. And that's a dreadful way to die. The farmers around here are amazing people. They're I won't say all of them are organic, and I won't say that all of them are feeding them multi-species, but a lot of them really are looking at a huge diet and a huge variety in the diet. So it's not just a case of, biggest bang for your buck. That's not the farmer's mentality, and it's certainly not their ideology. They want the best for their animals. They want them to live happy lives, healthy lives. And so they take very good care of them. Alan, who was mentioned in Cecil Gets a Haircut, he calls his sheep. He literally opens the gate and stands there and goes, come on. And I've got video of him doing that. And the sheep just traipsing up so quietly, and Roxy bounding around there. Dad, is it ready? Is it time? Is it time? Oh, Dad, is it time? And she just loves being out there and having the exercise,
Oh, Roxy. Yeah, I can imagine. She is so full of energy. And
She
Roxy
sure is.
is your next book that's coming out.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Very
Can we get an update
exciting.
on Roxy?
I'm sorry.
Can we get an update on Roxy?
Well, Roxy is very excited. She wanted me to tell one story, and now she's not sure that she's thinking maybe she wants a different story told, and so I'm just waiting for her. But last night I was mowing the lawns, and she was bouncing around, and she was, Mum, you got to tell this story. Granny Mac, tell this story. Ellen, tell this story. What about this story? She's got all these stories about all these different adventures that she's had on the farm with Ellen, and she's just not sure which story she wants told. So we're just having to sit down with her and work things through a wee bit. But like Florentina at the moment, she's full of beans, and she's just happy to be out on the hills. She loves being out with the sheep, and she just loves being with Ellen, her human, her
Well, it
human.
sounds like she's creating new adventures every day.
She is. She really is. She had a very interesting adventure, which is, I'm hoping the story she's going to let me tell. She had a very interesting adventure in a big storm a couple of years ago, and there was huge floods, and it was an extraordinary day. And they'd had a very busy day shifting sheep and shifting cattle and trying to get them out from the rising water. And it was just, the most incredible story. So I'm really hoping she lets me tell that story, because it's so amazing that a dog would have done what she did at the end of such a long day. And yet she was the only dog who could have done it. Dom couldn't have done it. He didn't have the energy. Tom couldn't have done it. He didn't have the flexibility. And he's certainly, yeah. So it's a very exciting story.
The perseverance, and wow, it sounds like a very exciting story to hear.
Yeah. People, still talking about it. How on earth she managed to do what she did was just amazing, and saved. Yeah. Anyway,
I
we'll keep that. We'll keep that.
Yeah, you're leaving us with all these little tidbits. If you would like to find out more, you can connect with Granny Mac at grannymac.nz.co. Nope.
No.
Did
grannymac.co.nz.
We're just going to put this up right there. Look at that. Granny Mac and her website below.
grannymac.co.nz. Yeah. And look, if you go over there then and sign up to the email list, then you'll find out, because I'm going to be putting up on a subscribe channel on YouTube, some of the footage that I've got of Roxy and of Ellen and of the sheep, and some of the things that Cecil gets up to. And he was a bit naughty the other day and jumped the fence.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we need to know what he has been up to. Well, his video that you did is pretty terrific. I don't know if you'd like to should we show this for everyone? We'll see if we can.
Well, that would be fun. That would be fun. I'm not sure how you'll do that, but
we're going to see it figure this out. We'll get our ring off of the top. There we go.
Is it going?
Has a lot going on, and it is so special to see you and Mac and your land, and just to see all of it brought out before us. Was
And
that
it was,
to make?
it was very fun to make. And just, I mean, if you're looking at it for yourself, you don't perhaps have the emotions running through you that, but seeing Alan and his sheep and how happy they are on their hillside and Harriet, how's that for alliteration? How happy they are on their hillside and Harriet.
I see that as a little meme. Oh,
Yeah. So Cecil's been up. He went out to the dog trials actually the other day. He and his mates went out to the dog trials, and they were helping the dogs to see, and they were doing everything they could to trick the dogs to see if they could throw the dogs off, because the dogs were working hard to get them to go this way and then that way and then that way. And Cecil and his mates were like, well, this dog doesn't know what he's doing. I'm just going to stand here. And it was just very funny to watch and to see that, they were like, this dog doesn't have very good control. Let's go this way.
That's our target. We're going to follow him or not.
We're going that way. And of course, the dog has to work very, very hard to say, no, come on. Let's please. This is my trial. Can you help us out here? And they're like, yeah, forget it.
Did not get the memo.
No, they didn't. And then, of course, it went right through the flock. So the rest of them didn't do what they were supposed to do either. And it was just to see the interplay between the dogs and the sheep was great, because the dogs, they don't bully them. They're just like, okay, I'm going to make a lot of noise here because this is what I do. I'm a happy, barky dog.
Yeah.
And they were, trying to get them to go up. And we sponsored one of the runs, and all they had to do was walk straight up the hill, and that's all they had to do. And they were like, no, forget it. So they couldn't even get them through the first gate, and it was quite wide. And then the other dog, the heading dogs are brought in, and they're the ones who don't make any noise, and they were just like, see, this is how you do it. And off they'd trundle, and the sheep would go, oh, yeah, you know what you're doing, right.
Oh, my goodness. So many fun adventures you have on the farm.
Yeah, wow. There was quite a few dogs there that day, and it was a lot of fun. And you had to work. I had to work very hard not to laugh.
I can imagine.
Because the farmers were getting quite grumpy with their dogs and the sheep. And I was looking at it from a totally different perspective.
Because these were trials, so these are more competitions. So this is something that they train for, and on those big days when that happens, you can't really decide what a dog or sheep are going to do.
No, and there were quite a few of them that said, this is so frustrating. They did so well last night, when nobody was watching, they did so well last night at the trial one. And now that, we're there in front of everybody and all these spectators, and these wretched dogs won't do what they're supposed to do, and these stupid sheep. I heard that expression quite a bit, stupid sheep.
I can imagine. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Granny Mac, for being here and for just bringing so much joy and energy to our story time today.
You're welcome. It's so good to be back and to see you and to catch up with Florentina and to just, to connect again. It's really important. It just does my heart good. So good to see you again. Thank you for checking in and saying hi.
Well, hopefully we will see you again very, very soon, because we have a lot of stories and adventures to get caught up on. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you on Thursday.
Bye now.
Bye, everyone.